Okay, first of all, I am very much aware that the quality of these videos in terms of resolution is less than ideal. So I'll buy a new screen when I make 100 grand. Anyway, this is what I did today. I was talking to Jihi in the chat. Well, first things first, Swan Gold, thanks to Solanki himself, the Gold Whisperer. So that was lovely. If you can take a look here. Nope. Okay, let me switch screens. I don't know why that's doing that. Which one would it be if I wanted to see gold? Let's just do this. Gold. You can see this absolutely brilliant gap up, and it just kept going. I took a little bit of profit at the open just because I couldn't watch the charts and all of that. So those did like 1300%. Now I'm at like 2500%. And again, big shout out to Solanki for putting my eyes on gold. Okay, I also got back into gold earlier today. If I put the 30 up larger, I want to say I got in on 30. Yep, here. The perfect entry on the 30 was there. Let me get rid of this purple line. So I did that, which was fun. And I'm in a much better mood today than I was yesterday because I have made money today. So this 30, inside hour, you know the drill. Let's go to the sky. So got into next week, 315s off of that. They were super cheap. I want to say like maybe $30 a piece. So bought a hefty amount of that. And then I added, not next week, but the following week, I added 325s, I want to say, off this inside hour. So yeah, gold is golding. Definitely doing the Lord's work if you ask me. In terms of what else I traded today, I shorted. You know how yesterday my video was like, man, I really want to short. Like I'm just not bullish in this market, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. So my typical 8-screen setup, spies and cues on the far left. That way I can kind of keep a pulse on what's happening. Obviously, we are dumping. So, what did I trade today? First, I got into Amazon. I don't know why I said it like that. I think I'm just excited because I had such a good day. I really needed a win. Amazon had this really beautiful... Why is it doing that? It's not allowing me to make it larger, which is very irritating. Okay, 1 second. So, Amazon had this amazing 15er. Here. Inside 15, which did what? Got me going on everything else. That was my initial entry. My ad on Amazon was this inside hour that did absolutely nothing, which was a little bit frustrating. Here's my ad, right? Ad. And then I did this on a lot of things. So one of the benefits that I am seeing is when I have my grid like this, I can see that everything is doing the same thing at the same time. So like I'm just getting in to all the things. May not be the best strategy, but it's what I'm doing. So I traded Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, Palantir, Nvidia, and gold today. Like I traded all 6 of these. Okay, back to Amazon. So I got in on that 15. There was my entry. There's my ad on the inside hour, which did nothing. And then Jerome Powell was going to speak, which I knew. And I got kicked out of quite a bit of this position on this fiber. Right here. I think right here. Oh, sorry, I forgot to change my time back to New York time. So this would be 1:40. Yeah, because it like went up, right? And then it like really flew down. So then that must have been here. Yeah, I'm trying to get my times right. Okay, yeah, because he started talking it. Okay, great. So, yeah, it went up, double inside fives. It was a weird situation. So I got kicked out of everything. And by everything, I mean those 5 of the 6. Like, I'm not getting out of gold. This is all next week and the following week contracts. No reason to get out. So same with Tesla. I got kicked out. Around this point, I was up on everything. It was just kind of like my stops were a bit tight. I knew a pal was coming to speak. I didn't want to get caught, that type of thing. So that is why I got kicked out of that. I can show you where I got in on Tesla. If it will let me. It's so strange. So I'm usually a 30-60 person, but for some reason I was really digging the 15s today. So I got in on this 3-2-15 on Tesla today. And yeah, just went straight to the depth. So yeah, got kicked out of all of that. But and like I have my targets, right? Like I don't know if you guys can see this. I have this indicator that shows me orb, right? And then it shows me like my levels. So target 1, target 2, ADR, right? So I had like levels drawn. It's already gone through these, right? That's why there's no dotted line. So I got kicked out and I had those levels drawn and I knew that I hadn't hit ADR, right? I hadn't hit ADR in Tesla. I hadn't hit ADR in Amazon. I hadn't hit ADR in Nvidia. Right? I'm hitting it right now, actually, which is a bit of a shame because I definitely lost some of my position there. Still have runners. And then Palantir. Palantir has a gap, right? So that's what I'm really targeting. And if you go back in the chat, you'll see that I'm talking about those levels. And then I talk about it enters the gap and this is the end of the gap, right? So this is my point of when it hits this, I'll start defending this line. If it comes back in the gap, then I'm probably going to get out. So what did I know? I knew that I hadn't hit ADR or my target. Like this was the one that like I needed my targets. And so when I got kicked out of all of this stuff, when Powell, like pre-Powell, the market kind of had like a little bit of a pull up. I just got back in regardless of my trigger. Like that's what I was talking about in the chat. Definitely a terrible way to trade. Like I don't suggest just getting in blind without a trigger. In hindsight, like you can wait this 15 minutes, right? Inside 15 or even this inside 15, right? I'm just me. So I didn't do that. Again, right? In like this 3-2-2 back down, you could have waited on. And you just have these targets. So when I got out, when I got kicked out, I was a little annoyed, but you know, it's fine. I was waiting on Powell to see which direction we went. We immediately went down, and you can see that here, right? So, and this is why I like having multiple tickers up, right? So I keep the time frame the same, and I'll show you right? So the symbol is not the same, but the time frame and crosshair is synced, right? So this is 15 minutes across the board. So I can see that everyone had a very similar 15-minute situation, right? Immediately, man starts talking and it just goes straight down. So I just got in. I wasn't looking for an entry. I wasn't trying to be cautious, right? Like I hadn't hit my targets and I know that we're going down, right? So Nvidia, immediate 15 down. Palantir, immediate 15 down. Tesla. Oh, this should be Amazon. But I guarantee you it looks the same. Amazon, immediate 15 down. Microsoft. Ba-da-ba. Immediate, right? So, I just got in. Again, you could have definitely taken a strat entry. I personally didn't. That's what I was talking about in the chat. But these purple lines I'm drawing, these are the strat entries. Palantir, I guess you could take a 2-2 reversal. It's not an ideal entry. But you could have taken that. That would technically be a strat entry. So there is that. But what I did, I got in like probably closer to like this point when I knew that it was going down, and I'm just chasing at this point, right? Like I'm getting in where I fit in. On Nvidia, on Palantir, I got into the I can pull it all up actually. Palantir, I got into the 90 puts. Amazon. Let me switch my screen because I traded it in a different account. So Amazon, I got into the 170 put up here, which is $5 down. We may actually hit it today because you see ADR is at 170.87, right? So I'm so gutted that I got kicked out of some of this, but that's okay. So yeah, I got into 170 there. Tesla, I got into 225s because Tesla can Tesla, you know, like it can move $20 and you not think twice. So we're at what, 246? Yeah, so I got 225s on Tesla. I paid $25 and now they're at $1.15, right? And I'm obviously buying multiple in it. So, and then Microsoft, what did I get into? Microsoft, I got into the 355 puts, which is far. I don't know why I did that. Let me look. Oh, I was running out of money. So I buy contracts in derivatives of 10. So like if I can't afford 10 of them, then I can't afford the trade. So I wanted to buy some more Microsoft. And I was pretty heavy in Amazon, Tesla, and Nvidia. Okay, so that's what I did today. Definitely not what I suggest doing in terms of just like blindly getting in. But again, you had your strat setups. If you just sort of waited for that logic and you have your targets, right? Like everything is likely to hit this ADR target. Then you may have a bit of a bounce and something to defend. But Microsoft hit it and look, there's my second target on Microsoft. So let's see what I see there. Microsoft. Let's do the 30. Let's make the 30 big. Oh, okay, so this is those dotted lines, right? So that's my... And this says T1, but this should be T2. So that's what I'm defending, right? Target 1, ADR, defend, right? It hits ADR and it kind of went back up. It's fine. And then you just have more of this to the depths, right? Okay. I really like trading Wednesdays. I've been noticing Wednesdays seem to always give a move. So there is that. And that's the video. I'm swinging the heck out of gold. I have no concern about gold. I hope you guys are in it too. We've been chatting in the chat about it. And yeah, still in these 5 things. Lighter than I want to be, but that's okay. And I didn't trade the indices today. I just, again, I needed a win, and these can produce losses. In hindsight, like, it's pretty obvious that this was a short, and they were talking about shorting it in the chat, but it's fine. A win is a win.